On your journey, you come across a surprisingly intact highway with several derelict automobiles. You wonder about the whereabouts of the drivers, as every car you've seen so far has been deserted. Not a single corpse at the wheel or out on the road. Regardless of what happened to them, this phantom of a road will surely make for speedier travel. Oh, nice. Let's go. Then if we get into combat, you spotted the cemetery before you. Would you like to approach it? Yes? Probably. Well, that's spooky, isn't it? Let's go in. Nothing bad will happen. It's all fine. Nothing bad will happen. Where is everybody? A sudden blowing of a chilling gust shuts the door of the mausoleum behind. Oh. Your custody under the entire darkness which is sharp. Oh! Well? That sucks. A silver ring. And this doesn't seem like it's a real thing. Locked. How do I have any skill in using these? Yes. How do lockpicks work? Locked. Your skill is not good enough for this lock. Look at. Okay. Well, that wasn't interesting at all. That, in fact, that literally that was just an excuse to fucking fuck up my sanity. There was nothing else to that. Keep watch. Exercise. Okay, so let's retry that bit of nonsense. Oh. I am one of the beings who inhabit Thalarion. Your kind call us demons. There is no single name that can define us. We are the walls and doors and stairs and spires and statues of Thalarion. We are Thalarion. How would I know such private things? Oh. Thanks. Thanks for not clarifying how I would know these things. And just making it clear that it's literally just trial and error. There we go. I don't know what happens now. It kind of just seems like it happens, and then I guess we have to go back and talk to that guy with the weird face. Gain 4 sanity and 11 health after some rest. Made progress in the occult. Discovered the malediction of Finger of Punishment. Treated outsider for 5 sanity. Yep. Okay. I look at my... Oh, wait. I want to... Oh. When you wake up, you realize that you don't remember much of this feverish dream. The only thing that you can trace in your mind are the following words that seem like they belong to a foreign song. How can you reach your destination if you don't know why you took the journey? Thank you, traveler. Alright. Where's that finger? Where's it at? Oh. They don't actually seem to do anything. Like, that one doesn't seem to do anything. I can't equip that or anything. So, I don't understand why I'm researching something with no purpose. Hi. You see a slender, dark-haired young girl in the traditional dress of the Abenaki, one of the native tribes of New England. Excuse me, but I wouldn't head in that direction if I were you. May I ask why, young lady? Because this is Dead Willow's travel ground, and Wayatal don't want your kind here. My kind? We call your kind the Graveyard People, pale woman. The ones who chose to live in the city that became your tomb. You're living in a huge graveyard, you see. All those fancy buildings of yours are like giant tombstones. And your situation is different? We had the courage to leave that tomb you call a city and start a new life out here. We've returned to the old ways, the ways of our ancestors. We have broken the shackles of your world. The world you shaped by plundering, burning, and raping. We are the free Abenaki of the Willows now. We may not have much, but at least we have a home. It's nice to hear that you have your own place now. Thank you, but where was your sympathy when I was cleaning your floors? Can you tell me more about this Luka Étoile? Luka Étoile is the first chief of the Willows tribe. He became the voice of our ancestors and showed us we are not condemned to follow your ways. He guided us to this place and taught us the ways of the wild. Luka Étoile washed away the stains of our past and let us see who we really are. The only thing I knew before was scrubbing your filthy floors. Oh, and also shutting my mouth when white men insulted me, if that counts. Now I know how to erect a tent, clean the water I drink, and track my own prey. She puts a special emphasis on this word while looking into your eyes. Through Luka Étoile, we have become real Abenaki. I used to be Mary, but Luka Étoile gave me my own name. Now I am called Onus. We of the tribe all owe him, but the white men also own him. Owe him. Owe him what? They owe him a mother. I see. I will repeat myself. I wouldn't head in that direction if I were you. There is a murderer on the loose. I have good reason to be here. But I am after this psycho killer. I'm a killer of killers, which makes me good. You see? She makes an exaggerated gesture of surprise. A murderer? I don't believe it. With a straight face, she continues. Pardon me, madam, but I had the impression you were slaughtering each other like pigs out there. That's true, but this one is different. Why? Because he kills both the innocent and the wicked? And I'm getting the impression that you have a big mouth. Oh. I see that your nails desire to be set free from those oppressive fingers of yours. Let me help you. Oh no! Hold on. No! This is the last thing I wanted. Hold on. It's gonna set me back all the way. Save scumming is really hard in this game. I don't think there's any active saving. Hold on, is it like a quick save or something? Nope. Great. Alright, let's head back out there. No, I don't want to approach the cemetery. I'd really rather not, actually. Okay, let me... Pack of carrion dogs. No, I would not like to face them. Hey, let's have a rest before we go. Psychological treatment. Let's research the cave dust. Okay. Oh, I guess they also unlock new spells. That makes sense. It would, I guess it would be good to unlock new spells. Okay. Okay. Hi. Hello again. I'm back. Okay. Oh, so the game saved immediately after. Great. Awesome. You gaze upon a tall, muscular man with bright Abenaki patterns tattooed on his skin. The moment he sees you, he draws his machete and runs towards you with eyes of a predator locked onto its prey. Without hesitation, he raises his extremely sharp blade in the air and swings it at you. You immediately know that this is no feint. Stop! Ow. The Indian's swift attack slashes your arm. You can feel the blood slowly soaking into your sleeve. Mere seconds separate you from a fierce battle of survival with this frenzied man. Are you serious? Hey. He doesn't seem like he wants to talk. And I don't really want to get into combat with them. So all of this, was a waste of fucking time. Sure. I guess. Whoa. Trust here to display the clock tower as a message from the mob. These are the consequences for any who displease them. Dice game. On this table on which the roll of dice and cheap hooch. Subterfuge. What can I do here exactly? Mob is the law. Mob is the law. Mob is the law. Alright. This is a waste of fucking time. But at least it's there now. Okay, so let's go find Horatio. And then we'll go talk to Donna. And I think we'll just consider Dead Willows a loss for the time being. Did it say which room Horatio's in? 203. Okay. I'm sure Horatio will be a nicer person to chat with than Mr. Carey and Jack, who I don't like very much. 203. Knock on the door. I just need a few questions answered. Questions about what? The Arkham Stabber. What does this have to do with me? The man takes a deep, sobbing breath before continuing. You listen to me. There is a ruthless killer in this town, yes. And he is worse than that. He is the king of all of Arkham's murderers. You know who I'm speaking of, that black-hearted, wax-faced son of a bitch. Now go ahead and point the finger on me. I don't care who hears me say it. He's the son of a bitch. I won't do anything like that. I'm not acquainted with the mob at all. Then please leave, madam. Considering the things I'm planning to do, even talking to me might cost you your neck. You sound tough enough to me. Why not answer a few simple questions? The room goes silent for a few seconds, then the lock clicks and the door yawns open. Yeah, we might have a new friend here. Hello. Wow. Oh, he's looking. Oh yeah, he's an illusionist. I forgot about that. Hi. You okay? You see a devastated-looking man in a wrinkled, stained stage costume. This must be the magnificent Horatio, or what's left of him. You're really not going to kill me, right? The man's severely swollen eyes tell you that he's been in this state for some time. Not unless you try to kill me first. No. For a fragment of a second, you think you see disappointment flicker in his reddish eyes. Alright, ask your oh-so-important questions. What do you know about the Arkham Stabber? I've heard that some folks have been stabbed. I've barely left this gloomy chamber for a long time. Weeks, or is it months? Even the time is damned in this place. He wipes his eyes with the sleeve of his tuxedo and continues. Dusk was always the most melancholic time of day for me. Now I am trapped forever in this moment of eternal dusk. All alone with my memories of her. On a bright day, some memories can warm your heart. On days like this, they pierce you like ice, reminding you of what was lost forever. I'm sorry, I know the feeling. Horatio silently stares at the wall. It seems your words aren't reaching him. Did you hear about the young man who was killed on the street a while ago? Did you hear about the lovely young lady who was killed at the hands of that tyrant? Look, madam, we each have our own wounds in this wretched town. What lady? His tired eyes begin to water as if about to continue their routine of constant weeping. She was my assistant. Not just my assistant. Violet was everything I had. What happened to her? She was... He stops abruptly, growing angry. I don't suppose you came here to ask about Violet. Forget about your questions and leave me be. So you know absolutely nothing about the victim? Come on, you know that I know. Look at me in the face. Tell me you know something. I can't say that I like your tone. You better leave if you're done with your questioning. What's your grudge against Waxface? His eyes focus on the memory of his sworn enemy, and he answers slowly, making every word count. He took what is dearest from me, and I plan to do exactly the same. And if I can't find something that monster holds dear, which would be of no surprise to me at all, then I will take the wretched life from his fat carcass. I heard you have a sword or swords. So what? Do you think my stage swords are like the meat cleavers the mob uses to behead people? I'm a magician, for God's sake. I mean, I used to be one of the best. Haven't you heard? The magnificent Horatio has come to town. I vaguely remember something like that. Is that supposed to make me feel better? He looks at the state of his clothes and smiles bitterly. Look at my magnificence now. So you're a magician? I knew it! You're a wizard! You're Merlin disguised in a cheap tuxedo! Hey, this is not cheap, and I'm no hedge wizard like those mad sheiks of the cult. I don't have any control over poor folks' minds or anything like that. But if you learn the art of manipulating the audience's perceptions, combined with special optical effects, you can put on a real spectacle. Something that people will remember their entire lives. For the first time, you catch a glimpse of life in this pain, man. A pure moment of sharing the same space with the impossible, the unexplainable. That's magic. But when Violet died, the magic in me died with her. You mentioned the sheiks of the cult. Look, I use the principles of nature in my craft. I'm no scientist, but I'm well read. Optics, physics, engineering. Every spectacle is grounded in delicate calculation. But those mad priests are a different breed. They're almost like... He struggles to find the right words. They suck the faith out of their worshippers and turn it into a disease. A sickness that can affect reality. I prefer not to think about these things. Me neither. But some things you see, they just stay. Like a recurring nightmare, they rise to the surface once in a while, even when you do everything you can to avoid them. I see. Another thing. Goodbye. Anything I can, like, loot, maybe? Sure. Deck of marked cards. Your window directly overlooks the crime scene, and you say you never left the room, yet you saw nothing? I was... Horatio averts his gaze once again. He may be a master of visual deception, but his attempts at verbal deception are a disaster. I was sleeping. By continuing this, you're adding yourself to the list of suspects. Nope. I didn't see anything. I was... Horatio... That's a way better one. I can still see his corpse from your damned window. Alright, I saw it. I saw that how they ripped that young man to pieces. They? Ah, they you mean. Those they. I'll find those bastards. Don't you worry, Mr. Wizard. A swarm of shadows with black stingers that feed on the flesh of men. Along with fear, there's a touch of admiration in the man's eyes. Why would you hide this information? Because they were strong and merciless, and they knew how to kill. They're as ruthless as that monster Waxface. Wait, there's more. You want to know everything, huh? When the shadows were done with that man, I stormed down the stairs to catch them. I shouted after them, but they never even turned to look at me, and I swear they flew away through the air. What were they exactly? How should I know? I've been ridiculed for these kinds of things all of my life. Spirits of some kind, but I could feel the hatred oozing out of them. It was like mine, maybe even stronger. You went after them? Only because I wanted them to kill Waxface. I would give anything to make him suffer like I did. My life, my soul, anything. Horatio, calm down. I know it seems unbearable, but this is simply a natural reaction when coping with grief. Your words partially assuage the man's troubled mind. Anything. Did you see where the shadows went? I might have. He looks at you with a fresh expression. I just might. You asked me for the truth and I told it. You took a chance on my retribution, so some kind of repayment is only fair. You know what I'm planning to do, and you're going to help me. Oh, fuck. He wipes his eyes with his dirty sleeve again. That is, if you want to know where that House of Shadows is. Do you really think I can succeed at that? Of course not. You think I'd trust a stranger with something that important? All I need is an unguarded entrance to the Blackened Club. The rest I'll take care of myself. First, tell me what he did to your assistant. You're the persistent type, aren't you? I used to be the same before all these... He recollects the tormenting events of his recent past. Violet. She never wanted that show, not one bit. A private show for the unseen Imperator himself. Who would want that? But I told her it would be good for us. He was the only authority in this chaos, after all. I thought if he liked the show, he would protect us. Foolish, wasn't it? Judging by the methods of his enforcers, I can say that he is not a stable person. But I was persistent. I persuaded her. So we found ourselves there in the end. Straight into the casino lounge. Spent hours preparing the stage. I wanted that show to be perfect. I wanted to make an impression. When we were finally ready, and nervous as hell, he came. Surrounded by his made men who were like flies buzzing around rotten meat. We weren't allowed to look at him directly, but I could see his huge silhouette out of the corner of my eye. We started the performance, and the first few tricks went well. I couldn't see the man's face, and the made men seemed uninterested, but I can tell when there's a spark in the eyes of the audience. Then the time came for the blade box act. You've heard of the trick, right? The lady gets inside a prop coffin, and the magician stabs it through with swords. Then the lady comes out just fine, and you never know how. In reality, the entry points of the swords are all precisely calculated. Sure, I've heard about it. He's growing more anxious with every passing second. We were in the middle of the act, and Violet was inside the box. When I was about to insert the third sword, I noticed something moving from the corner of my eye. Waxface had actually stood up and was moving towards me. I could hear his heavy footsteps without even turning my head. I was trembling when he finally asked me if he could give it a try. Before I knew what was happening, his brutes grabbed the swords from my hands and grappled me. Horatio looks like he is being grappled again, this time by invisible hands. They forced me to keep my head down. He started stabbing the box, shattering the wood savagely. Then I heard Violet scream. Blood was seeping out of the box. That box became her real coffin. When he was done, I heard that accursed voice again, calling me a fraud, ordering his men to throw me out. I don't know, care, or remember what's happened since then. Just because I said my piece doesn't mean you should feel sorry for me. If you want to help me, I already told you how to do it. I'll be fine. Alright, I'll do my best. Good. The monster's lair is called the Blackened Club. It stands in French Hill. Just find a way in and return to me. That sounds difficult, but sure.